In 1974, New York, a family of 3 can be seen traveling at night. The youngest boy, named Thad, plays with a toy magic ball at the backseat. His dad, Mr. Sivana, reprimands him for bringing a toy on the trip. This leads his elder brother, Sid, to snatch the ball from Thad and taunt him with it before giving him back. When Thad finally gets a hold of the ball, he sees some strange signs appearing on the ball. Suddenly Sid and Mr. Sivana are gone, leaving only him in the car. The windows turn ice cold and he arrives in another dimension. He sees 7 statues representing the 7 deadly sins in this dimension. A haggard-looking old man with a staff claims to be a wizard, looking for someone pure of heart to take over from him because he is getting weak. The wizard tests Thad with the temptation of the 7 deadly sins, but he fails, so the wizard sends him back to his world. Thad begins to make a fuss about it in the car, which makes his dad lose control of the car but manages to gain control back. Unfortunately, another vehicle hits them from the side, rendering Mr. Sivana unconscious. Meanwhile, the toy magic ball reads, "Find us," on the screen. Back to present time in Philadelphia, a boy named Billy Batson deceives 2 police officers into a store before locking them in and using their car to obtain information about his long-lost mother's whereabouts. Billy arrives in front of a home where he predicts his long-lost mom probably lives. He gets a flashback of how he and his mom lost contact. It happened in a park where his mother tried to win him a stuffed tiger, but unfortunately she could only get him a compass and convinced him that it will always lead him back to her. When they prepare to leave, Billy's compass falls to the ground, so he leaves his mother to look for it. When he eventually finds it, he realizes that he has lost his mom and he mistakes someone else for his mom. The police manage to get a hold of him, but his mom never showed up. Back to the present time, Billy walks to the door in hope of the person being his mother, but unfortunately it doesn't turn out to be his mom. The police officers who he tricked earlier catches up to him and drops him at the foster home, where it is discovered that Billy has been trying to check all the women with the name Batson in the city, hoping that one day he will meet his mother. Victor and Rosa adopt him. When they all get home, Billy is introduced to the family. Eugene is a game lover, Darla, a big hugger. She even made a poster for Billy's welcome. She is quite cute and lovable. Pedro seems odd. Mary is the oldest, and finally he gets introduced to Freddy, who has a fetish for superheroes and even claims to have a bullet shot at Superman. The children all arrive at school the following morning. Darla seems to like Billy as she bugs him and calls him Big Brother, but Billy immediately tells her that they are not real families. Darla's spirit is broken by Billy's statement. Freddy consoles her. At a research laboratory, a lady named Kwan is seen on a screen narrating her experience with the same wizard that Thad experienced earlier. Thad is all grown up now and he seems to be the finder of the project. The woman shows them the video just right before she was teleported to the wizard's world. Thad notices the sequence and timing of the symbols that appeared on Kwan's alarm clock before she got taken. He replicated those same symbols 7 times on a door in his room. The female scientist with him was shocked about his secret purpose for funding the research. She touches the door in disbelief and disintegrates immediately. The door glows and Thad opens the door and it leads directly to the wizard's world. He claims the power of the 7 deadly sins and delivers a blow to the weak wizard before leaving the realm to cause havoc on Earth. Meanwhile in school, Freddy bugs Billy with the choice of choosing invisibility and flight as his superhero power. While disturbing him, Freddy reveals to Billy that he knows Billy's plan to run away. At the end of school, 2 bullies named Burke and Brett hit Freddy with their truck and start assaulting him. Billy is triggered when he hears them making fun of Freddy because he doesn't have a mom. Billy steps in and begins to attack them. Eugene tries to help but only ends up taking out himself. Billy runs while the 2 bullies pursue him. He manages to evade by getting into a train. Later, the screen on the entrance of the train starts to display the same symbols and the windows turn ice cold as the train moves abnormally fast. Billy arrives at the wizard's world, where the wizard narrates the tale of how a bad champion once unleashed the 7 deadly sins into the world. He then passes his power to Billy by having him say his name, SHAZAM, as they both hold his staff. Billy is transformed into a man. This confuses Billy as the wizard fades away. Billy appears in the train again as a man compliments his eccentric outfit weirdly. Back at Billy's home, everyone is thrown into distress because they think Billy had probably run away again. Billy reveals himself to Freddy through the window kitchen. He lures Freddy out. Freddy experiences his shock to see Billy in that state. He touches the lightning sign on Billy's chest and it draws out voltage. Freddy records Billy with his phone while they test out Billy's possible abilities. While testing, they encounter a lady being attacked by a man. But when they get there, the lady seems to have it all covered. Billy uses his new stature as a leverage to buy beer from the store. Freddy and Billy encounter some thieves in the store and Billy confronts them. From the confrontation, Billy discovers that he is bulletproof. After testing the full extent of his ability, he takes down the thieves. Back at home, Rosa is troubled by Billy's sudden disappearance, but Victor tries to calm her down. Freddy and Billy sneak into the house. Due to Billy's weight, the stairs creaked, but Freddy covers it up, saying he is the one. Billy unconsciously talks, which makes Rosa ask who it was. Billy and Freddy rush into the room where Billy mistakenly says, "Shazam," and he transforms back into himself. Freddy concludes that Billy can switch between each form by using the activation word, Shazam. Unknowingly to them, Darla is in the room. The duo beg Darla to keep it a secret. The following day, Thad attacks his father and brother in their company, where he throws his brother out through the window and uses one of the 7 deadly sins to annihilate his father. During the confrontation, the 7 deadly sins inform him of the emergence of a new champion and warn him that he will be defeated if he doesn't destroy the champion. Thad tells them to lead him to the champion. Meanwhile, Freddy and Billy use the power to crash Brett and Burke's truck. They create a YouTube account where they start posting videos of Billy testing out his abilities. The channel grew within a short period of time and Billy became the talk of the town. The boys continue to use the power to their advantage and even tried to buy a liar for their operation. Billy uses his PO to save Mary from her accident. Mary is surprised that the superhero knows her name, so she explains how she isn't sure if she is 43 AEY for college. In school, Brett and Burke confront Freddy and Billy again, so Freddy tells them that he is friends with the new superhero, and he can invite him to the school. Billy expresses his dissatisfaction with Freddy's decision. Later that night, Victor brings up the issue of the new superhero in town and asks everyone to share their opinion about him. Billy and Freddy get into a hot argument about it, which leads Billy to leave the dining table angrily. The following morning, Billy skips school to go to the city center and perform some cheap tricks with his power for some money. Meanwhile at school, Freddy is bullied by Brett and Burke because of his inability to bring the superhero to school. Freddy goes to confront Billy where he is performing and expresses his disappointment in Billy. They start to argue when Billy mistakenly uses his power to burst the tire of a bus, making it lose control and almost fall from the bridge. Billy uses his super speed to reach the bridge and catch the bus, saving the people in the process. Everyone applauds Billy. His first real save finally gets him recognized as a real hero. Freddy doesn't seem satisfied with Billy's actions. He continues to argue with Billy before he arrives at the scene and a great battle unfolds between them. Thad carries Billy to the sky and drops him from there. Billy, who had been having trouble flying, is able to activate the power before hitting the ground. The battle continues with Thad dominating. Billy realizes that Thad is too strong for him, so he changes back to himself, using the smoke to escape and mix in with the crowd. Thad deduces from the news that Freddy is close to Billy and he sees him yelling Billy's name, so he abducts him. Meanwhile, Billy comes home and Victor scolds him for missing classes in school and being irresponsible. While scolding him, the remaining children watch the news and see Freddy talking to the superhero. They deduce that the superhero is Billy. After Victor and Rosa are done with him, they all head into the room to confront him about the superhero, which he admits to. Eugene reveals that he has discovered his real patent name to be Madison and CC Batson. It is discovered that Billy couldn't find them because his mother had reverted to her maiden name. Eugene gives him the address of his mom and Billy runs out. Victor and Rosa chase after him, leaving the kids with Mary. As they leave, Thad arrives. Billy arrives at his mom's house and appears to live with another man. His mother reveals that she left him purposely, even after seeing him with the police that day at the park. Billy is disappointed and sad. He gives her back the compass. As he leaves, Freddy tells him that they are in trouble. Billy quickly transforms and flies to his house. When he gets home, Thad opens a portal to the wizard's world where he instructs Billy to give him his power after he releases the spirit of the 7 deadly sins within him. Billy tries to explain to him that the 7 deadly sins are only loyal to him for their gain, but he doesn't listen. During their talk, Freddy throws a weapon at that wounds him. Billy notices that the wounds heal when the 7 deadly sins enter him again. Billy is intrigued by this fact. He injures Thad and flees with Freddy and others. They arrive at a place with many doors that leads to several worlds. Billy uses his mind to transport them back to Earth and Thad follows suit. A ferocious battle unfolds between Billy and Thad. Freddy and the others realize that when the 7 deadly sins leave Thad's body, he becomes a normal human being. So, they decide to exploit this fact. Thad captures Billy's sibling with the 7 deadly sins, but Billy manages to turn the tide of the battle by giving his power to his siblings, but each of them has one special power. Darla with super speed, Freddy with the power of flight, Eugene with lightning, and Preto with super strength. They all combine forces to fight Thado and his allies. Billy faces Thado on a skyscraper where he lures out the last spirit in him, rendering him powerless while the others face the remaining spirits. In the end, Billy removes the spirits from Thado. The people cheer them for their victory and Billy seals the 7 deadly sin spirits in the wizard's world. Order is restored to Philadelphia and Thado is jailed. In school, Billy makes it up to Freddy by appearing in his superhero form and bringing Superman. In the post-credit scenes, Thado can be seen scrambling the signs on the walls of his cell to activate the portal to the other world. He is interrupted by a strange creature who proposes a partnership between them. Thanks for watching. What was your favorite moment in the movie? Let me know in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe. See you tomorrow.